Here's addiction. This painting here, to me, when I look at it, actually just stirs emotion in me to this day. In addiction, we go in a circle, a figure eight, and it never ends. Addiction never ends. I never knew from one day to the next if I was going to live through it or if I was going to fall into the abyss. Yeah, this one was from 2005. A long time ago, I watched my sister Tam paint. And I said, wow, I want to be an artist. And so I just started painting. I don't know, it's just what I do. So my name's Dirk VanVuran, and I lived a very interesting life. I had a very successful career in business and all of those types of things, and I enjoyed that. But there was an underlying cause inside me that I didn't know how to tame, and I tried to fill it with money, and I tried to fill it with drugs, more possessions, sex, pornography. I tried filling it with everything, and the more I tried to fill it, the worse it got. The only thing that mattered was achieving my next fix, and all the businesses and all that stuff were gone. And all I focused on was addiction. I didn't want to live and I didn't want to die. That's the only way I know how to say it. And I started to attend church. One evening after a Saturday night service, Steve came up and was talking to me, and he had no idea where I was at, but I was kind of explaining a couple little things to him, and tears were flowing out of my eyes, and he just walked up and gave me a great big hug. That kind of rocked my world. And I wanted to live that night. That night I wanted to live. Shortly thereafter, my wife Lori told me about a program called Celebrate Recovery. I found unconditional love there. Slowly but surely I began to come around. And through that process is where I got saved. Pete had asked me to come over for a Bible study, and he explained the gospel in the most compelling way I've ever heard it. And that night on the way home, I asked Jesus to be my Savior. And everything changed. And that's where in Acts 9:18, it was as though he removed the scales. That's what happened. The scales were removed from my eyes. I then could, in the painting, is a cross painted in my pupil. That's the lens I now can see through, because the Bible makes sense. Sermons make sense. Christianity makes sense. And so I've been painting all my way through these steps and working with Celebrate Recovery and ultimately helping to lead a substance abuse table for men, and which has been a real joy to be able to pour into others what was so unconditionally poured into me. The littlest of things can make the biggest difference in somebody's life. Just the touch of a shoulder when somebody's got their head down praying. Giving somebody a hug you can see is just off the charts hurting. Is everything. You just never know what little thing could maybe keep somebody from doing the next wrong thing. Christmas has changed dramatically because it's all about the birth of Christ. It's no longer about hordes of gifts and all the hoopla. We've actually talked about a little bit about having this a real Christ Christmas.
Simple.
Very simple, and just celebrating his birth and the beginning of what was about to change the world. That's what we really want to celebrate. The Son of God coming and being a human and dwelling amongst us. We really want to just celebrate that.